another episode of Unstuffing Turkey podcast. This report is from Nordic Monitor. Erdoğan reprimands Prime Minister for questioning controversial coup attempt, former ally reveals. This is dated on April 30th, and this is his former Prime Minister, Binali Yildirim, and here's the President, Recep Tayyip Erdoğan. Journalist Levent Gültekin covers serious revelations about Turkey's recent history in his new book, Yaklaşan Kasırga, The Approaching Hurricane. In my personal opinion, it is a fantastic title. I have not read it, but it's a fantastic, very appropriate title. Among them is the coup attempt in 2016, which is still not fully understood. If you are pro the current regime, the rhetoric you follow is that the coup attempt was a legitimate coup attempt and Recep Tayyip Erdoğan saved the republic. If you know anything other than that, in other words, if you are at least the slightest, if you have a slightest skeptic cell or skeptical cell in your body, you know that that's farthest thing from the truth, because that event, that coup, politically speaking, could not possibly help anyone other than the current regime. So I'm not going to go on a tangent on that. I mean, that can have its own video that's possibly a couple hours long. I'm not going to get on that tangent, but here's the cover of the book, Levent Gültekin, Approaching Hurricane, and former Prime Minister Yildirim, which is right here, Bin Ali Yildirim. Former Prime Minister Yildirim said several times that he could not reach Hakan Fidan, the Undersecretary of National Intelligence Organization, MIT, whom he called to find out what was happening on the evening of July 15, 2016. It was previously revealed that Fidan was having dinner with the head of Religious Affairs Directorate at his office at that time. By the way, to those of you that are not really familiar with the Turkish governmental model and the departments there are under the Office of the Presidency, directly or indirectly, after all, in Turkish mind, you know, there's only one leader and everyone has to answer to that. So it's just a bloated religious mindset, religious tribal modus operandi. The Religious Affairs Directorate would be the department, a federal governmental department that handles the state accepted state religion. In other words, Turkey states officially that it is a secular country, but it also says that it is a religious country that is solely Islamic. So they want to keep their, you know, they want to eat their cake and have it too. And the members of this directorate are religious clergy. Very Iran-like. It's just, this is just, they're just not as overt about it as Iran is. Yildirim, who called Fidan again in the following hours, succeeded in catching him. This time was told by Fidan that everything was fine and that he was just doing his routine work. In an interview he gave after the coup attempt, Yildirim criticized Fidan and expressed his discomfort at not being informed. Now, here's the point. I have always said for years, and I will continue to beat this dead horse until it comes to life and it dies again due to my beating of it. The coup was an internal event. If my memory serves me right, less than 5% of the Turkish military was involved in it, but that coup attempt allowed Erdoğan to reach an area within Turkish not necessarily Turkish society, even though it was one of its side effects, but the Turkish military that he could not legally touch. And that was to create the context in which he could use to purge as many military leaders as possible that he did not like, that were not right with him and his policies. This coup attempt could not have helped anyone other than the current regime. And this tells me that he didn't even tell his prime minister at the time what was going on. So it was really kept in internal circles. He probably only made sure that him and his immediate surroundings survived the whole thing, and it didn't matter if he lost anyone. I mean, including his prime minister. So then, Yildirim goes after this, and Erdoğan shuts him down. According to official statements, hours before the start of the coup attempt, Fidan went to General Staff and had a meeting with senior commanders, including then Chief of General Staff Hulusi Akar. Despite this, Fidan's failure to inform the Prime Minister about the attempted coup remains a mystery. Fidan did not testify before any court or parliamentary committee after the coup attempt, as this was prevented by Erdoğan himself. Everything else, I mean, it's you can probably tell by my voice that I have a lot to say, but unfortunately, if you guys require, I'll come up with a video for it where it just explains the whole thing. But that's Levent Gültekin right there. And this is a Turkish, it's a document from the Turkish court. Of course, unfortunately, it is in, this is a code that's in diagonal, but the whole thing is in Turkish. And this is secret. It says, it's stamped right up here. Gizli, Gizli, means it's a secret document. With the signatures that are underneath. You can always download it. It's as a PDF format. According to a document obtained by Nordic Monitor, right here, it was reported by the Gendarmerie that Yildirim's 8 to 10 vehicle convoy was in the tunnel. It is interesting that tens of thousands of officers and civil servants were dismissed after the coup, while the officers in the area where Yildirim was attacked stayed on the job. Yildirim said remarkable things about the coup attempt during the state-run Anadolu News Agency editor's desk program in 2018. Now, I don't want to take any more of your time. The link will be in the description, along with all the sources and everything that I just show you with the PDF. But here's the last part that I want to include. Despite the seriousness of the allegations that the coup attempt could have been a conspiracy, it is claimed by political observers that Yildirim's family could not afford to clash with Erdoğan due to allegations of corruption and bribery, of course. And an investigation into Yildirim's family enterprise, part of the European Investigative Collaboration's EIC Malta files, revealed in 2017 that his family possessed shipping and related assets of well over 100 million euros, according to reports on the blacksea.eu and mediapart.fr. I believe these domains are, this is the EU domain, but this is French one, news websites. Yildirim's family enterprise consists of 11 foreign-flagged ships and a network of secretive companies in Malta, the Netherlands, and the Netherlands Antilles, with more suspected in the Marshall Islands and Panama. At least 4 of the ships were financed by huge loans from Swiss and Turkish banks. The Black Sea website discovered that Yıldırım's son, daughter, uncle, and nephews have purchased 7 properties in the Netherlands worth over $2.5 million, all of which paid for in cash. So the link will be in the description. I won't take any more of your time. And that's it. For God and country.